Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we have something pretty crazy to talk about today. And that thing is another Hoyoverse gacha community being toxic. Boy, oh boy, who could have seen this one coming? And this type of toxicity is one that you're familiar with. It's the positive kind. And so we got this situation going on over in the official, not really the official, but the ZZZ community, a ZZZ community, giving some harsh critiques over to myself on the left over here, and a creator that you might all be familiar with, Cosmo Z. And the situation and the context surrounding this, right, is that Cosmo and I have both had some critiques about ZZZ, and particularly the passing of its endgame. Because let's just be entirely honest here, the game has had a lot of HP inflation. The game has had a lot of power creep. And the devs are doing some pretty stinky stuff behind the scenes to really promote the sale of their newest units. And one of the concerns that I've had across this entire time is that a lot of the units on the roster are getting much less capable of clearing the endgame, and the issues that they brought up with the introduction of mechanics like miasma, and of course the HP inflation, has caused a lot of problems in the past resets. But this is the thing. This is the situation. When I approach these matters, I like to bring a lot of proof, right? I like to bring a lot of evidence into the situation. And so why don't we just bring up Exhibit 1? This is the official HP inflation chart curated by one of my mods, Kaiser, just talking about what's going on in terms of the game and the progression of HP across it. And as you can see over here, this is what HP looked like at the beginning of version 1.4. A sum of about 16.5 million. Currently, we're at 34. I hope you guys are able to do some level of math. This is over 100% HP inflation from 1.4 to 2.1. 1.4 to 2.1. The HP has more than doubled. Just so you all know, 1.4 was the patch that was live in January of 2025. It is currently August 3rd, 2025. That was in 7 months. It's gone up by 100%. This is just an indisputable fact. It is an indisputable, confirmed fact regarding HP in this game. So, with that out of the way, let's recontextualize this discussion. Cosmos gave the take in a video that he recently uploaded. And this is the same video that has also been getting actively brigaded by the ZZZ community, because he gave a bit of a hot-headed take regarding the balance in the game. And his overall take is, as long as you pull the newest units, the end game in this game is a joke. It's a button mashing simulator. There's very close to little or no skill required to actually clear. You just go ahead, start spamming your stuff, and if you have the newest units, you're gonna pop off and you're gonna clear. And if you don't, then the game is incredibly difficult, incredibly hard, just like all of Hoyo's other endgames. Just like an HSR, where if you don't have the Amphorius characters, you might as well just go fuck yourself when it comes to the endgame. And just like Genshin Impact, where if you don't have Mavuika, Sitlali, Skirk, and Escoffier, you should just go fuck yourself as well. So that's the dynamic that's going on when it comes to these Hoyoverse titles. And simply talking about it, bringing it to light, is a sin in the Zenless Zone Zero community. You'll have people making viral posts in their own community, toxically defending their game because you dared to go ahead and talk about the facts that are in it and the current state of matters. And this is the situation, right? People are saying that we're having opposing viewpoints. Cosmos is saying, oh, all the newest units are overpowered. You have no skill required to clear. And they're saying that I'm contradicting him by saying Miyabi is too weak. Power creep in this game is insane. The game is too hard and only try-hard sweats can clear. And you want to know the reason why they're saying that we have contradicting viewpoints? It's because I made this video over here talking about how ZZZ's endgame is absolutely unplayable. Unplayable if you decide not to use the newest unit, Yazuha, and showed the difference in clear times of a whole minute from simply subbing in the newest limited one. So the argument that I've been making is the exact same as Cosmos's, but they'll be telling you that our arguments are different, because this community is legitimately full of some really dumb people. And like I've said in the past, ZZZ's player base has seen a steep drop-off since its release. And so, the most vocal members of the community who are willing to comment about it are those that really love the game. And all they'll do is talk about defending it, even when they don't have any arguments, any actual reasoning to bring to the table. And so I said that the design of this Shiyu defense with their Miasmic Jane was the most pay-to-win one yet because of the specific way that HP inflation, miasma, and it turns out a hidden mechanic to nerf Miyabi were working. This is a public post on the ZZZ official subreddit right at the end of the last reset, where that Miasmic Jane and this video came from. And in this thread over here with 1.4k upvotes, on the official ZZZ subreddit, you have people agreeing that there was a stealth nerf to Miyabi in the endgame modes. The times of disorder triggered by my anomaly teams decreased by a few. It feels like the anomaly gauge has become harder to fill. Miyabi is an anomaly character who requires her gauge to be filled up for her to deal damage. And that was an issue that was on this boss. And the thing is, I just talked about the newest unit, right? I just talked about subbing them out. I talked about putting in Yuzuha instead. This unit, the newest one. And you want to know what Yuzuha's kit does? It increases the rate that your anomaly builds up. And so what these devs did for their Miasmic Jade boss was essentially, for this boss, they decreased the rate that anomaly specifically would build up, nerfing the Miyabi teams, even though they have a special effect on the side that works with anomaly teams. And so the only way to actually use anomaly teams and deal the damage that you need to be able to clear with an S is to pull Yuzuha. Otherwise, your clear times are literally 3 minutes, even with top cracked builds. And the community themselves even recognize this. Because ironically enough, the ZZZ Reddit is the least toxic part of the community. But then you'll have people on Twitter blindly defending this game. You'll have content creators who live off of my content, like Loki Gotcha. Plenty of ZZZ creators as well, like Rezi, going ahead and pretending that we're lying about the HP inflation and we're lying about the issues, when even the community itself recognizes what is going wrong. That is what the ZZZ community is, ladies and gentlemen. That is what Cosmos is dealing with over here in his comment section, because he dared to state the truth and critique what is in this game. That is what's going to cause you to get brigaded on your videos. You want to know why this video over here of me critiquing ZZZ's endgame has so many dislikes? It got posted in this community. It's not because my audience actually disliked it. It's because any video critiquing the game gets posted into this community and then mass disliked and brigaded in the comment section. Any critique at all. It doesn't matter what it is. And especially if your critique is actually correct. Because everything I say in here, all the points that I'm making, all the issues that I have, it's literally reflected by the player base. And you want to know the best part about all of this? It's more than a regional thing. Because I've actually got proof. I've actually got evidence, ladies and gentlemen. I've actually got fucking evidence that even people in CN have the same exact issue. CN is also making these complaints. And so this is the thing. I think it's fair to say I'm currently the only motherfucker in the ZZZ community that deserves praise for giving it critiques, because I'm willing to get Chinese spyware to prove what I'm talking about. So that's how much I'm gonna dedicate to this, motherfuckers. I hope y'all know. Hell yeah! Like I said, Chinese. Let's translate it in English real fast. With this update to version 2.1 of the Shiyu defense, I believe that many people who have fought have felt that the upper limit of the abnormal savings value, anomaly, of the boss in this crisis seems to have increased. That is, the abnormal bar, anomaly bar, seems to have gotten longer. Huh! So even China thinks this Shiyu defense is fucked up. Even China thinks that what I'm saying is right. Even China believes that Shiyu defense with Miasmic Jane was overwhelmingly shilling Yuzuha to get you to pull her. And you want to know the best part about all this, guys? Somebody sent me some DMs about it, right? They put up 4 links. That shit was 4 links. There's even more that I could have shown. I'm just scared of getting spyware. So what's the issue? What are we as CCs saying that's wrong? People are giving Cosmo shit for saying that when you pull the newest units, the game is too easy and you button mash and win. Which is correct, because you pull Yuzuha and the Shiyu defense with Miasmic Jane is a walk in the park. I'm telling you that characters have been intentionally fucked over in the end game modes, and you have to pull newest limited units to make up for the hidden weaknesses that these devs have decided to put in. And if you don't pull Yuzuha, the game becomes incredibly difficult, even with Miyabi. And the proof's right here. And the proof's right here. You have people in China telling you that's what it is. You have people in global telling you that's what it is. But you'll still have clown content creators and clown Twitter communities actively brigading those that are just literally stating factual critiques about the game. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what real toxic positivity looks like. This is what happens when a community is just one huge fucking echo chamber that's in complete denial that their developers can do anything wrong. They'll tell you that this chart showing 100% HP inflation is fake. They'll tell you that anomaly characters getting their build-up nerfed behind the scenes, and then new characters that increase your anomaly buildup. They'll tell you that's not happening, even though there are literally cross-regional efforts telling you that this is the case. What a joke. What a joke of a community. And this is the thing. I want to try so hard to congratulate this game, to give it the roses when it does actually warrant them, but this community being one of the most toxic ones I've ever seen makes that really, really hard. I even went ahead, right, and I made a video talking about how my boss, the Heretic Jester, is actually the best Miasma one yet. That it's actually a well-designed boss with clear weaknesses, and the Miasma mechanic doesn't actually feel bad, because they nerfed way more other aspects about the boss to actually add those mechanics to it. I gave the ZZZ devs credit where credit is due, because this is legitimately probably the best thing they've done for their endgame in about 6 or 7 months. This is probably the best boss they've had in their endgame in the past 6 to 7 months. My boss. And I gave them the praise, right? I gave them the praise because it was warranted here. I said it was a good reset. I still pointed out some issues, like how Hugo is like the worst fucking unit in the game, because bro literally get 4-minute clear times against ice-resistant bosses. I still pointed out that because it is an actual issue, but I will give credit where credit is due. And you should probably look inward at the fact that I haven't been giving the devs that much credit recently. And instead of blaming me and thinking that the devs are perfect, maybe you'll look at the track record of fucking up the game that's clearly there, spelled out for you, like your fucking Hansel and Gretel. The witch has left the candy. You just can't see it. It's all right here. It's that easy, but people just want to defend the game. Oh, and when I was talking about Hugo, I think I said like ice. I think I said ice resistant. No, this boss is ice weak, and he still gets like 3-minute clear times because, yeah, it's just he's not made for this game. So yeah, that's what I'll say about the ZZZ community. That's what I'll say about the whole Cosmo situation. There's a lot of reasons why content creators don't want to touch this game. One of the big reasons is this game's community. Because a lot of content creators nowadays, they don't like being fake. They don't like making stuff up. They like expressing their honest thoughts. And whenever you do that in the ZZZ community, you get dogpiled, your videos get mass disliked, you'll get linked, then shamed publicly, and then you'll have a bunch of uneducated, unknowledgeable, grifting CCs that will come in like Loki Harbor, or my personal favorite for, like, my personal vote for one of the most useless individuals I've seen, Rezi, where they'll just go in, make stuff up, not actually look at the facts of the situation that have been confirmed across regions, and tell you that you're wrong. That is the current state of the ZZZ community. These creators over here that you see, right, they even got a video of me and Cosmo as well, right? These creators are the ones that are generating some of the most toxic positivity I've ever seen. Take factual stuff in the game, say it's not true, and then blame the people that are calling it out. And that's the ecosystem of content in ZZZ. This was Cosmos's first ZZZ video, and this is the reaction he gets for stating the truth. And believe me, I think we're gonna have a conversation. I think we're gonna have to have a chat. I think that this is going to be a situation that we're gonna break down further, because I want to hear from one of the only other big creators in the space who has talked about this game, what their personal experience has been, because they didn't bend over backwards to appease this absolutely cringe fucking community. And I think that's going to be a fun discussion. We'll have that at a later point. But yeah, hopefully this is broken down. We, again, as we always do, we bring all the evidence, all the receipts, all the proof, These clowns in the ZZZ community will be telling you that I'm spreading misinfo, that I'm the one making stuff up, when all I've ever done when it comes to the situation is bring the facts to the table. And one thing these little children don't like is when you tell them the facts about why their game is fucking up. Emotional maturity of a bunch of toddlers. Kind of reminds me of people that can't apologize for crashing out, to be honest. So yeah, that'll be that, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you all think and how much you're looking forward to our chat with Cosmo. Peace.